I do a lot of cases in wound care, and some of you may know me from a webinar that I recently did with Venture Medical. I wanted to take to the air for a minute to talk to you a bit about some of the indictments that have been going down in the wound care industry, because no doubt it has caused a lot of nerves out there. I've heard from many of you that you're wondering why these folks are getting indicted and what the allegations are, and I thought it might be prudent for us to spend a little time together to talk about that. So first, we saw a plea deal leading to a conviction, leading to a 15-year prison sentence for an Arizona owner of a wound care company. The allegations there were related to a plea of guilty, not a trial. And while I am involved and connected with that case, I don't represent that individual and can't speak too much about my representation, but I can talk overall about the types of allegations that we typically see here. One thing that I will tell you is, by and large, with a lot of the audits that we see and even the indictments, that medical necessity reigns supreme when we look at wound care. The products that are being used, the medical necessity for those products, the specialist who is advising that those products are appropriate for that particular wound application are the most important considerations, as well as the follow-up and making sure that you document efficacy. In my years of defending healthcare fraud cases, most of the victories that I have, over 175 counts leading to acquittal, were because the providers did a good job documenting medical necessity and I had something to show for it. So if you're concerned about something like this, one of the things that you can do to make your practice a little bit stronger from a compliance standpoint is to make sure that you get routine audits. The federal government demands that you have a compliance program. They also require that compliance program to have routine auditing and monitoring. You'd be surprised at how many people go through our initial compliance checklist at Safe Harbor Group and find that they aren't equipped in a way that the federal government wants them to be. So for those concerned that this type of indictment could happen to them, the first thing that you need to do is get your compliance up to speed. Make sure that you've got that compliance program, that routine auditing and monitoring, and that you're able to make sure that you're protected from a documentation and medical necessity standpoint. The second thing that we want to do is make sure that we don't have any arrangements that could be construed as a kickback. Many of you know what the Anti-Kickback Statute is. It's one of the most important statutes when we look at healthcare, and it's one of the most heavily prosecuted right now because it's so technical. Whenever you receive any money from any entity that is also providing products to Medicare, Medicaid, federal healthcare beneficiaries, it's important that you get a kickback analysis. And that doesn't mean an email from your wills and trusts lawyer that says this is okay. It means a dedicated opinion letter where all of the facts are disclosed to the lawyer, and the lawyer gives you an opinion that this is lawful to engage in. That's what you need. A formal opinion letter related to kickbacks. So number one, compliance plan. Number two, formal opinion letter related to kickbacks. That's something I do for almost all my clients. Number three, third-party due diligence. When we work with any other entity as a healthcare provider, we need to make sure that they're following the rules too. Why? Well, because if we're turning a blind eye to rules that are not being followed and flagrantly broken, and we're profiting off of our relationship with those individuals, it's very easy for the federal government to say that you are involved too. Now, while I can't make any statements about that billion-dollar case that you heard about in Arizona, one thing I can tell you is, have any provider engaged in a compliance program, a kickback analysis, a medical necessity review, it's very difficult for the federal government to go after them. Now, my name is Ron Chapman. I'm a defense attorney, but I'm also the president of Safe Harbor Group. At Safe Harbor Group, we help individuals with compliance. We help healthcare entities with compliance. We have specialists in the wound care industry who know the wound care business. They know the audits that are coming down. They're very familiar with the type of UPIC audits that we've routinely seen throughout the wound care industry. And we know how to defend them, making sure that your business doesn't close because of these audits, these overpayments, and these takebacks. The reason why I'm taking to the air for this is because the wound care industry has been one of the most heavily targeted recently by the federal government. And it's unfortunate because there are a lot of patients out there who need wound care. And if they're not able to get wound care because indictments and audits and investigations and overpayment demands are shutting these companies down, we're not going to be able to make good use of a product that has shown tremendous results for people in the healthcare field and their patients. Now, it's important for all of us to make sure that we remain compliant. It's important that we beef up our compliance programs. And if you want to learn a little bit more about what you can do in order to ensure that you're compliant, right below this video, there's going to be a link to Safe Harbor. Hit that contact box, reach out to me, and I'll be on a meeting with you with my specialists where we can talk specifically about what you need for your business to protect your wound care business. Again, I'm Ron Chapman, president of Safe Harbor Group and owner of the Chapman firm. Reach out to me. I'm only a call away. I'm happy to help you out and help your business. Until next time,